Let's talk crypto cycles, specifically how capital has historically flowed from Bitcoin into Ethereum and then cascaded into altcoins, the classic path to altcoin season. You've probably seen the image already on crypto Twitter. Well, let's break it down. What it is, what it actually means, and what's happening right now, and whether altcoin season will happen again. So let's dive in. And first, let's start with Bitcoin. As the original dominant crypto, big money starts here. Institutional flows, narrative power, and macro plays. Early in 2024, Bitcoin really started to move again with the launch of the ETFs. And with that, we saw more capital pile in. But once Bitcoin begins to stabilize or consolidate, investors start looking for better returns. And that could be what we're seeing now. Bitcoin recently hit a new high at over $124,000 per BTC, driven by rate cut expectations and institutional inflows. But when BTC slows, as we saw recently, Ethereum often accelerates as investors go in search of assets yet to follow the market trend. Now, even in spite of some fairly surprising negative Ethereum sentiment only a few months ago due to lower price action, the altcoin season playbook could still manage to pull things on course for the OG asset. Ethereum came really close to its previous all-time high, with commentators calling for even higher. Okay, so we know nothing goes up in a straight line, and there will always be corrections. But why is Ethereum suddenly up again? Well, Pectra, the biggest upgrade since the merge. Better staking, faster scaling, and wallets acting like smart contracts. It's smoother, smarter, and more usable. Also, we have seen regulatory tailwinds. The US just gave crypto a shot of clarity with the Genius Act, and Ethereum's at the heart of that ecosystem. Another indicator, well, we saw ETFs. Institutions are finally piling in. BlackRock, Fidelity, the floodgates have opened, and ETH is part of the portfolio now. And we can't forget corporate treasuries. Companies are adding ETH to their balance sheets. Real demand equals real scarcity, and with an ever-increasing supply crunch, this could well be the case. ETH is getting locked up in staking, in treasuries, and in L2s. So yes, Ethereum is not just riding the cycle, it's helping define it. Just a couple of weeks ago, Standard Chartered increased their forecast of ETH, hitting $7.5 thousand per coin by year end. While CNBC crypto commentator Tom Lee, he thinks this figure could still be a little shy. These forecasts take into account the growing demand for staking, stablecoin usage, smart contracts, and institutional interest. So historically, let's look back. Once Ethereum is rallying, the next shift could be for capital to flow into larger cap altcoins. Think Solana, Cardano, or Chainlink. This is smart money probing for alpha and gains beyond ETH. If the flow continues, mid-cap and small-cap altcoins could follow suit. Potentially a classic altcoin season. The sentiment, according to many prominent crypto commentators, is that altcoin season could last 2 to 5 months, potentially peaking in late 2025 or early 2026. On the dominance charts, a drop below 60% Bitcoin dominance of the overall market could signal the path towards Altseason. So right now though, Bitcoin has largely led this market cycle. Ethereum is still catching up and could well be in phase 2 of the action. Experts say the real Altseason hasn't fully kicked off yet though. If BTC consolidates, capital rotates outward, and momentum builds, we could see some interesting alt movement soon. What is truly undeniable in the crypto market though is that it teaches us nothing but patience. So that's the flow theoretically. BTC, ETH, larger caps, smaller caps. It's not linear and it's certainly not guaranteed. But if you know the pattern, you can watch where the money could be heading next. Now, I'm going to leave you with one shocking fact. The stats say 97% of you guys watching are not subscribed to the channel. It is outrageous. So hit the subscribe button now to get the latest content from the Binance studios as soon as it comes out, and I'll see you in the next one.